After covering the mountains of Kerala, we now move to our next destination, Alleppey. It took us around 2.5 hours to reach from Wagman to Alleppey, and the road is good as usual. On the way to Alleppey, we reached a place which is the intersection of sea and backwaters. The place had a small snack point and a speedboat, the owner of which was extremely confident. So much so that even we had our reservations, we decided to give it a try. The owner was an expert professional at best, and the way he drove the speedboat was amazing. From there, we continued our journey to Alleppey. There are lots of small coconut shops on the way. Wherever we got coconut water in Kerala, we bought it because it's a guarantee that it would be good. Also, finding vegetarian food in Alleppey is really difficult. Even on the way to our resort, which is very near to the main market, there were no good vegetarian restaurants nearby. We ultimately settled to have lunch in the resort itself. It was also good. After reaching the resort at around 1 pm, we had our lunch, checked into our rooms, and enjoyed the resort a bit. The resort is huge and really beautiful. The rooms are pretty good size and had a direct view of the lake. The resort has a number of activities. Some are complimentary and others are chargeable. We tried a few and overall it was a good experience. From resort, we moved towards our Shikhara Ride where we dropped our cab. Now there are interestingly many options when it comes to Shikhara and houseboat. How did we choose Shikhara over staying in a houseboat? Even if we would have stayed in the houseboat, after sunset it stays at the same place at the dock, and we really wanted to roam around in Alleppey and enjoy our resort a bit. So we choose to stay at a resort and do a sunset Shikhara for 3 hours. Now Shikhara Ride has also a number of options. There are Shikhara available for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours and 4 hours. In our view, Shikhara Ride for 3 to 4 hours is the best because it takes you through the narrow canals and the villages. Also, Shikhara during the time of sunset, like starting at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, would be a better choice because the heat will be less and you will be able to enjoy an amazing view of the sunset within the Shikhara Ride. Shikhara Ride of 3 to 4 hours allows the time to go through narrow canals which runs through the villages. Almost everyone was busy catching fish for the dinner when we were in the canals, which was around 5 or 6 pm. Also, while coming back, make sure to ask the driver if they can drop you near the resort or within the resort, especially if your resort is adjoining a lake. In our case, we asked them to drop us at the pickup point itself because Alleppey has a pretty good availability of autos and public transport, unlike mountains where resorts are mainly in the outskirts. While Alleppey is famous for its backwaters and Shikhara rides, there is another activity which is not that famous but is an experience worth having: kayaking. There are two options: either there is a morning sunrise kayaking or an evening sunset kayaking. We opted for morning kayaking and thoroughly enjoyed for 2 hours. You got to experience the real thrill when you're in the waters and the public transport buses, the boats which goes nearby. It's like you're on a cycle on a road and a government bus is passing by.